You are love dancing as emptiness. Namaskar. Before the beginning, you are pure consciousness. You are the fullness of love in love and the emptiness of awareness. You are existence and the peace beyond peace. You are that screen on which all is projected. You are the light of knowledge, the one who gave the concept of creation to the Creator. Forget what can be forgotten and know yourself to be that which can never be forgotten. You are the substratum on which everything moves. Let it move. You are now. You are nowness. What I is there which can be out of this now? You are truth, and only the truth is. You are in activity. Activity is your reflection, your play, your world. The sun is in activity. The mirrors are activity. You are this precious moment, presence itself. Any breeze that touches you will sanctify even demons. You are the one which is aware of the awareness of objects and ideas. You are the one which is even more silent than awareness. You are the life which precedes the concept of life. Your nature is silence, and it is not attainable. It always is. Space was your first notion, and you took Satchitananda as your first form. The world is your mind, and it arises from your heart. Here and now is your heart. As love, you abide in the cave of this heart, from where all time and space arise. You are the inside which is neither inside nor outside. Mind landing nowhere is inside. No walls is inside. You are the existence in all atoms. Know this, and you are bliss. You are emptiness, the ultimate substance. Removing emptiness out of emptiness leaves only emptiness because there is nothing beyond it. All rises from, dances about in, and returns to this. As ocean rises as a wave to dance, so you are this dancing emptiness. Nothing is out of this emptiness, and so it is the fullness. Emptiness is between is and is not. To be free, you need the firm conviction that you are this substratum, this peace, this emptiness. You are what all happenings happen in. What happens must happen, so remain unaffected as peace. Be peaceful, and this peace will spread. What rises from peace is peace, and what rises from confusion is confusion. So be peace, and give this to the universe. It is all you should do. Even thinking, I am peace, disturbs this peace, so just be quiet. Be as you are. You are being. You are not had been and not would be, but being. You are the timelessness in which no death can enter, for where there is no time, there is no death. That timelessness is now, and that is being. Being is always shining. I am is the light of being. This diamond cannot hide and can never be hidden. When there is no mind, the face shines with beauty and innocence. Just simply be quiet. Just be as you are. You are the space which never moves and never travels. Inner and outer spaces do only to name and form. Remove this form from mind by removing attachment to any object, thought, or action. You are the garden of joy. To be happy, you need nobody else. You are in the garden of joy, but when you think of old things, you become sad. This joy, this moment, will destroy mind and suffering, because this moment is happiness. So stop going to the past moments in order to suffer. Unconditioned consciousness is happiness, and quietness with no when, no where, just now. This happiness conditioned by thought becomes mind. Even the I, the first condition, is a disturbance in happiness. Due to desires and hopes of the ego, no one is happy. So to come to happiness, do not think or give rise to a desire. Simply keep quiet, because thinking is the graveyard. To be happy, you should have and hold nothing. Otherwise, your pockets will smell like dead fish. My dear friend, happiness is not an experience. It is your nature, so you need do nothing for it. Only self-knowledge brings happiness, because happiness is the nature of the self. Here is the wine that nobody knows. Everything is in here and this consciousness. Consciousness is the substratum of everything in the universe. It, you, resides in every atom of every molecule, and even space and time derive their existence from it. Who is conscious that you wear a body and mind, and that the movement of birth and death is in this same consciousness? You are that, all doing and not doing. All multiplicity and all unity is in consciousness. Bondage is to deny this. Freedom is to know it. You are that. You are that. Consciousness. The senses cannot feel it, and the mind cannot understand it. Consciousness alone is everywhere and rises as I within you. It is the shining sun and the motion of the earth. It is beyond space and time, which derive their existence from it. The mind cannot go to touch it or to reach it, and will miss it if it tries to find it. These attempts are movements hiding the stillness. It is found only by itself when mind does not move. Check all movements of mind for 1 moment only. Stop all desires and all thought for 1 second only, especially the first thought of I, for 1 instant only. And you are beyond the cycle of birth and death forever. This cycle is samsara, your own imagination. It has no beginning, and only self-knowledge will end it. The question, who am I, will end it. So firmly decide, I have to do it now. This human birth is such a blessing, don't waste it. Postponement is samsara, the cycle of suffering. Whenever you are in trouble, ask, am I dreaming? This is who am I? And it will wake you up and make you fall in love with your own self. Then you will know all others and will take this candle wherever you go. Be quiet. Don't think. Don't make effort. To be bound takes effort. To be free takes no effort. Peace is beyond thought and effort. Do not think and do not make effort, because this only obscures that and will never reveal that. This is why keeping quiet is the key to the storehouse of love and peace. This quietness is no mind. This no thought is freedom. Identify yourself as this nothingness, as this quietness, and be careful not to make it an experience, because this mind is tricking you out of it with the trap of duality, the trap of witness and witnessed. Being is being, there is no witness and no witnessed. Experiencing it is to say, I am free, which is exactly the same trap as saying, I am bound. After letting go of object, do not hold on to the subject either. Let go. Be quiet. The purpose of life is to be at peace, to love all beings, and to know who you are. Know yourself, and you know everything. This immaculate knowledge alone is, emptiness alone is. How can you come out of emptiness if there are no limits to it? The appearance of a manifestation is but the leela of this emptiness. Know who you are, here and now, by simply being quiet. You are this moment. Introduce yourself to this. Do not attach your mind to any direction. No sadhana, no past, no future, not even the emptiness of your heart, not even space. To be free forever, introduce yourself to this moment. This moment is always this moment. It will not change. It is freedom, freedom from mind and concepts, and is your fundamental birthright. The best use of this moment is to drown in it. Keep quiet. You are inside of the inside. Do not dwell anywhere and make no effort. The concept of effort and practice is bondage. Just keep quiet. Wherever you are, just keep quiet. Name and form hide reality. This is the teaching. Giving name and form is an obstacle to freedom, because then the substratum, consciousness, cannot be seen. Call it a statue of a horse and the granite is hidden. See a ring and you won't see the gold. Name and form can never leave consciousness, as the ring can never leave the gold. Even space is in this, because only self is. Before a wave rises, it is ocean. Before desire moves, it is emptiness. Destroy craving and bondage by identifying as experiencing, not experience, as seeing, not the seer. Your consciousness, not one who is conscious. To be free, you must be like freedom, and this is without desire. All is and is known in desirelessness. If you don't want to possess, remove your pockets. Duality. The past is past, so don't carry it in your pocket. Why go to the graveyard when you know that you are alive? All that is temporary must be shunned, so only take hold of your absolute self. All that you are attached to, all that you love, all that you know someday will be gone. Knowing this, and that the world is your mind which you create, play in, and suffer from, is known as discrimination. Discriminate between the real and the unreal. The known is unreal and will come and go, so stay with the unknown, the unchanging truth. All which appears and disappears is not real, and no nectar will come from it, so don't cling to it. And once you let go, do not turn back to it. Stay as eternity in your own being. Surrender to space, or dissolve ego with knowledge. With love and adoration, go within yourself with the vehicle of inquiry. This inquiry is the abandonment of all effort. It is not finding what was lost in the past, but simply remembering the present, the presence. Proceed within so silently that even thought is too loud. Keep quiet by knowing you are not the ego that has to keep quiet. This quietness, this silence, has nothing to do with talking or not talking, because even when you are not talking, your mind is continually racing everywhere. No thought rising from your mind is this silence. Awareness of any object is not it. The one who is aware of awareness is it. Surrender is to surrender your concept of separateness, your ego. Surrender is to submit your stupidness, your wickedness to the wheel of existence. That's all. You must surrender like a river discharging into the ocean. Surrender is to discharge your river of separateness into the ocean of being, losing your limitations and allowing to happen what happens. Check your notions and intentions by inquiring, what is this movement of the mind? People confuse inquiry with yoga and meditation. Yoga is union with the subject within. Meditation is concentration on an object outside. Inquiry does not keep any relationship with anything within or without. You cannot find and kill the mind. It is the 10-headed demon. Chop off a head and another will grow back, because I am bound and I am free is exactly the same trap. So only the desire for freedom will help you, because you are what you think. Think to destroy the mind, and mind is a destroyer, not destroyed. Think only of freedom, and you become freedom. As persistent as the pain of a toothache, always think of self. Because if the desire for freedom is continuous, then all other habits and distractions will drop away. In the pure joy, all manifestation is created as Leela to play in, to play as. This is all your own creation, your own self. All being is one being. What appears and disappears is not real. play in the Leela and say, I am existence. If you say, I am body, you say a lie and you suffer. I itself is just conditioning and vasanas. Individual I is a reflection of true I in the dirty pool of ego. Abandon the I and its vasanas and know that you are that which does not sleep, even when the ego is in deep sleep. When the face of the self is seen by the ego, ego becomes that. But when ego sees the senses, it becomes the confused individual desiring the objects of senses. Don't get lost and confused in the mind cycle of rebirths. Whatever the mind can conceive is not it. Get rid of all that can be rejected, including rejection itself. Then the mind will be quiet, and this cannot be described. It is isness, emptiness, fullness, and it is the truth. The truth does not move. There is no coming or going. The stirring thought I creates an entire universe, but the truth does not move. Keep vigilant of where and how this I arises. This is satsang, and it is your own nature. You are the truth which does not move. But if you say from the ego point of view, I am doing, you are taking yourself to be the individual movement, the wave. You reinforce this by creating an object and generating some interest in it, and then having desire for it, and instantly you even want some reward for having it. Therefore, you want to go to that object, then you want to possess it, you want to own it. As soon as you possess it, you have fear of losing it, because where there are two, there is always fear of separation. Where fear arises, anger arises. With anger there is confusion, lack of understanding, and lack of discrimination. When you cannot decide things properly, it is total destruction. So the shortcut to enlightenment is the purity of mind. This shortcut is to cut short your desires. Objects of desires are not what give happiness. They destroy your peace and knot you with suffering. The sense of attainment of objects of desire also will not give happiness. This gives bondage. It is absence of desire which brings happiness. It is only desire which disturbs eternal peace and rest. This desire is the disease of mind. Live without it and be happy. Happiness is true self and is always here. The prescription for this happiness is simply be quiet. When an object that you wanted is in front of you, happiness initially arises because the intellect is steady, due to momentary satisfaction, and returns to the source, the fountain of bliss. Their self reflects on it, and the experience of this reflection is joy, because this is the nature of the self. The bliss is not from an object. It is self. So keep the mind steady, and the self will reflect on it and draw the mind into it. Pleasure is of the self, in the self, and not outside of the self in transient objects. Objects are temporary, but the bliss is not. You are one with this bliss, and once you know this, you will love all from yourself, as yourself, of yourself. Your love will be forever, not from and to names and forms, but always in yourself. This consciousness gives you bliss, Don't carry name and form, and you are happy. This is the pleasure of sleep, and this will transcend the waking, dream, sleep states. So associate only with the peace and joy and truth. When this becomes habitual and natural, it will transcend 3 states, and you will be transported into a state beyond states. This is for you to experience, here and now. So when something comes in front of you, just stay as the truth, which does not move, and react to the circumstances, whatever they may be, good or bad. Just react without any possessive concept in you. Whatever happens, keep most interested in self, and see that all that arises is self, rising out of self. Self is not interested in possessing things because self is total. So don't react with interest of reward or possession. Then you will be very free, and all your interactions will be out of compassion, and life will be like sailing in the breeze of non-attachment. This breeze comes from self and will happen after freedom, not before. When you are free, still you have to live, because still the world will be there, but living will be very compassionate. Just love each other and hold no hatred with anything. This depends on you, how you take things, and whether this I is from the ego or whether it is from nowhere. The I from nowhere contains the whole universe, and this is total understanding itself. Only preoccupation with what is not real keeps you from realizing the truth of who you are here and now. Desiring anything else, anything that comes and goes, is foolish. The wise one does not do this. So love the Lord with all your heart. Method is an impediment to love, a postponement to freedom, and an insult to peace. Use no method, simply identify as that. Many methods may take you to Anandamaya Kosha and end at this subtlest of veils. Yet there is an enjoyer of bliss. Pre-dawn light is not the sun. Bliss is not the totality of understanding. It is the turning toward your own face, and is the direct practice to know yourself. There is no attainment and no cultivation of original nature. You are consciousness, not a farmer. Why work for that you already are? Do not mentate, do not stir a thought, trying to get out of superimposed bondage, which is the notion that you are separate from existence. You will land in superimposed freedom. The purpose of all practice is silence, your real nature. Without silence you cannot be in peace, so strive only for this. Even while active, remain in silence as silence, and be conscious of silence always. Ramana's main teaching is silence, and it is this silence that silently answers all questions and removes all doubts. Train your mind to go to silence. As Kabir said, keep your body, your mind, your intellect, and your prana quiet, and wisdom will follow behind you, searching for you. Be silent by directing your mind towards its source. Mind directed toward object of senses is suffering. The same mind must investigate its source. The I must face its source. This is true austerity, true practice, and true meditation. Face the Atman. This is Satsang, because this is home. the holy company of the self. The most holy association is to be as you are. This is freedom. This is beyond imagination, very new and very fresh. So just keep quiet. Do not think. It is you. It is you. Don't stir a thought. And if a thought comes, let it. Don't waver. Don't doubt your majesty. It is so simple. The one who has it will know that they have done it. When you are quiet, it is beauty, joy, and stillness. It is effortless. Effort is to disturb your mind. Effort is playing with corpses in the graveyard. Just contemplate that which is always silence. Go to the source. Do not believe anything, simply stay quiet and return home, and do not rest until you are there. Peace is only available when there is no I, and you need an I to do practice. The secret to bliss is to stop the search. Stop thinking. Stop not thinking, and keep quiet. The best practice is to know, who am I? You are Brahman. Know this. If you want to do anything, just always adore self. Self-realization takes 1 second. But this second takes a great effort to remove all other thoughts from your mind. You must remove all from this second and allow only this second to stay with you. In that second, stand up on your toes and with clenched fists shout, I have to be free in this second. It is very rare to have such extreme desire for freedom, such extreme activity and strength that even gods will come and bow before you. It takes a very strong body and mind and intention. Then this second will work. You have to do it. Don't just read the menu, eat the food. Defeat the stupid mind. It is not understanding, it is being. It is not mind which makes the decision to be free. When you do it, there is no mind. Control the mind and use it as a slave when you need it. But here, you don't need the mind to be free. Use no mind and stir no thought. Freedom is not dependent on meditation and effort. Sattvic mind will get it right away. Rajas mind has to practice and attend satsang. Tamasic mind will not even attend satsang. Sattvic mind is karmically pure, always in meditation, and is not different from freedom. As it rises, so it falls. Make effort, and it rises. Stop effort, and it falls. Make the choice. Stay as simple, natural being without thought or doership. Out of nothing, you can do anything and not leave footprints. No intention is no limitation. Just stay quiet. Simply do not stir a thought. Not activating the mind is to not externalize. There is no way or method, just keep out of the way. The revelation of the self will occur only when you do not interfere. Keeping quiet is giving time to this love and beauty. Stay as such. Dharma means not holding on to any concept, so the supreme Dharma is to reject all Dharmas. If you reject everything, what will happen? All the burdens of all the religions and concepts will fall from your mind, bringing you to the perfect peace and love. And this is your Dharma. At the end of sadhana, the Guru confirms that you are free. You came to Lucknow not for freedom, but to know that you are not bound. In satsang, you have to remove your doubts, because it is only doubts that keep you from being free. Simply keep quiet. Why get into trouble? It's enough. Everything is here. Happiness, beauty, love, whatever you call it, it is full of everything. Whatever you think, so it becomes, because it is consciousness. And everything is possible in consciousness. You have created all these manifestations, all these waves in the ocean. You are so capable, so vast, so full, so complete, so conscious. You can create all of this. So why suffer? Emptiness is never affected by appearances in emptiness. The ocean does not suffer when a wave rises. It does not even suffer when a wave falls. Let the waves dance and let them enjoy. Just stay here and see only love and beauty and happiness. This is the ultimate understanding. It does not need any thinking or any process or any meditations. You are limitlessness, fathomlessness, vastness. Who will disturb this vastness? Where will you run out so that you are no longer here? You are not limited. Just stay as you are. Do not start from anywhere and do not go anywhere. And do not activate a thought. Ego says it matters. The Supreme says that it does not. Even the power of decision is not from ego. All is the Supreme Power. Do not attribute it to anything else, because this only reinforces the ghosts. Face the One. To see God, you need body, mind, senses, and so much paraphernalia. To go beyond God, you need nothing. Don't even activate a thought. Activate no energy even to not activate. Contemplation and adoration of self is all that you need. Love. Surrender to the divine and keep quiet. Wisdom. Inquire into the divine and keep quiet. Know, I am home itself, and incessantly look at self. There is nothing more beautiful than this being. The happiness of all beings combined is not 1/1,000,000th the happiness of being. Thought cannot trespass into its purity. Not even the I thought can enter. Don't think or understand, just stay as thus. Keep in tune with the source and all your actions will be correct. If you don't, there will be trouble no matter what you do. With arrogance of ego, there is no skillfulness, and without arrogance, everything is skillful. Just as space in a room is not affected by how much furniture is in the room, so space is not affected by activity or by mind or by thought. You are space. Do not touch the furniture in this space, which means keep quiet. Do not mentate. Do not activate thoughts. If thoughts arise, allow them to come and go, but do not hold on to them or let them land. Do not touch I am the body. Instead, the first and last thought must be I am pure infinite consciousness. I am love itself. Know the truth of this, not just the words. The truth is all what is. If something's nature is absence, don't cling to it. If something's nature is presence, This is you. This is beauty, love, self. All else is imagination. The power of illusion is very strong, so be vigilant in a joyful play with tendencies, because when one is near freedom, all demons will consolidate and attack. Continue being self, meditating on self. Do this playfully always. All appearance has emptiness as its basis. Sit on the throne of emptiness and all will be yours. No manifestation, no freedom, no mind. This is ultimate truth. The ultimate truth is that all is emptiness and always was. What you think is what you are, so stop thinking. And you will be that nothing which is everything. Awake and not possessing anything that can be lost. When the mind enters into the chit, the heart dances and dwells in peace and bliss. You are always in love, and you can only love yourself, the changeless one in which even space is. There is no beginning, no middle, and no end to it. Only love is worth loving, and this is your own self. So now, here, simply look. All around you is a flood of peace. Where are you standing? The essence of my teaching is this. I teach about that which cannot be attained by any teaching. My teaching cannot be taught. I have no teaching, for the essence from where all teachings arise. This essence doesn't need any teaching or non-teaching, for it is beyond everything. It is from where all worlds rise. As Bhagavan would say, here the truth is. Choose what you want.